Hey, happy Monday. Monday, you can trust that day. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the show. As always, I'm your host, David Burrows. Welcome to the Really Big Shoe. Who did that? That was the what show? And now for a really big shoe. I can't remember the guy's name. I must be getting older. I hope you've had a good weekend. What a nice weekend it was compared to the rain earlier last week. But, you know, as much rain as we got, I have to say we really needed some rain. Things were getting pretty dry out there. And I know some people had some trouble with flooding and stuff. And even I had gone out for a motorcycle ride out to meet Chris Hall, who I'll talk about in just a moment. And I drove by the old Greenwood, is it Greenwood Golf Course out on London Line? Yes, the Greenwood Golf Course on London Line. And the parking lot was all completely flooded out there. Like you literally probably could have put a little sailboat in there and gone for, So it certainly caused some trouble for some people. And certainly the streets around Sarnia anyway were quite flooded. And but I remember when we were a little kid, right? We used to like that. We used to get out there and splash in the puddles. Did you go for a walk in the rain? I don't know. We'll talk about that. Who's first? Danny Cachamelio. Hello, Mr. Danny. You're alive and well. You still working a shutdown or something like that? I know you were doing that. That's a lot of work because you were selling cars and doing all that. Anyway. And we were looking at a car the other day, but we decided not just yet. We're working on it. Jennifer would like a cool car as well. Now I got a cool car. She's got to have a cool car, right? So we'll see. But lots of water out there. And but we needed it, you know, but it just came too quickly. We needed to rain a little bit. And the ground was so hard that it needed time to soak it in and then, have a little bit more rain. But it seems to be getting a little more absorbing. Is that the word out there? Than the grass is greener, right? For all intents and purposes, that as well. So hope you had a good weekend, though. I just got this email here. Was sent to me earlier, and I'm sorry I didn't see it sooner because I would have had this up on the screen, but where is it? This Thursday, Linda Harris, who is a retired nurse, is coming to the library, the Sarnia Library, to talk about her experience with fibromyalgia and the research she's conducted for an upcoming book that she's doing. And she's talking about the connection between fibromyalgia and TMJ, which is, I'm going to try to say this right, temporomandibular joint disorder, or TMJ, for people like me. Sounds very interesting, though. So if you know someone who suffers from either one, fibromyalgia or TMJ, it's scheduled for 6:30 in the West Room on the second floor of the library. And I think it's free. Yeah. 6:30, August 11th at the Sarnia Library. So that sounds like that would be really interesting. Shares her quest to find relief from fibromyalgia and the secret of her recovery. So I'll be posting that anyway after the show on the Facebook page. We'll be sharing some of that as well. But anyway, back to the weekend. I hope you got to get out and enjoy that. Danny got a new motorcycle. Danny, we got to go for a ride, buddy. Hope you'll, maybe we could get out this week. That would be great. It's supposed to be not too bad, right? Like the weather should be okay. Let's check. Do you rely on the weather much? Because I look and then I go, see here, we're up for a severe thunderstorm watch here tonight. If you're watching me live on Monday. And then, wow, that's crazy, right? But Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is supposed to be nice. We actually got out of town and went down to Windsor, but we went through Leamington and got to Kingsville, and we were Harrow and Colchester. It's Sarnia, don't get me wrong, Sarnia-Lambton County is beautiful, but there's lots around us that's beautiful as well. Danny says 100%. Yeah, it's going to be a nice week for sure. Are you enjoying the motorcycle? I saw you pulled an old, what motorcyclists do. We end up at a Tim Hortons eventually. That's usually what happens, right? So there you go. Tim Hortons is in there whether you like Timmy's or not. Even if you don't drink coffee, you go to a Timmy's. And anyway, we'll go to a Timmy's. I saw you went to Grand Bend there. I like going down to Grand Bend. I think we're going for a ride tomorrow night. We'll have to reach out and post. Yeah. Hey, listen, I got to say thanks, of course, as always, to all my sponsors, Hughes Intelligence Security Specialists. Been great supporters here and at our Sarnia Sting. Speaking of Sarnia Sting, that's like, where are we? August. That's like less than 2 months. It's 2 months away as of yesterday, right? Because October 7th is the first one. The first home game, I should say. I believe their first one is out of town in September. So we'll be back there. When I say we, well, I haven't talked to Jay Peckham yet. I think he'll come back. You never know with that guy. Anyway, thanks to Hughes Intelligence for their support. Here in Signs SWO, been supporters for over 10 and a half years via AG graphics group of companies. Thank you, Guy, for all your support. Joe's Discount Tire. Got to have the right tires on there and go down to Joe's Discount Tire to get the right tires. Just at the bottom of the overpass. Tell them David Burrows sent you. And of course, our friends at Tourism Sarnia-Lambton, who've always been great supporters. They've just come on in a more official manner, supporting us here in the show and at our Sarnia Sting home games as well. I'm excited it's weird to think, like, I'm excited to get back to the Sting because I like the Sting, of course, but then that means summer's over. So then I got to put my bike away. I don't know, a little bit torn at the beginning of the season there, but but thanks to all the sponsors for who keep supporting us here and help keeping us going, aside from all of you who watch. And if you're watching live, be a Danny and make your comments below and say hello. Let us know what you're up to. And if you're not watching live, make your comments anyway, because I will still respond to your comments. And usually what I do after the show is I take the time to post some links, etc., when it comes to those who have been on the show, right? Oh, and who clicked the like button? Paul Medeiros. Hello, Paul. Paul's clicked the like button. Do that too. But honestly, the most important thing you can do out of all of this is click the share button. Click the share button so that people who are on the show get the exposure that really they're looking for when they come here on the show. And hence one of the reasons that I do the show. How many times can you say the show in one sentence, right? Here we have, and I was sad that I missed this because I would have had my car in there too, but there were a large amount. I don't have a number amount, but it was expected to have 130 cars on Sunday this past weekend as part of the downtown Walkabout. And just look at those beautiful cars. There's a nice Trans Am. I think that's probably Chris's car. There's a beautiful Corvette and I don't know the other ones. There you go. I can't see that well. But beautiful cars at the part of the downtown Walkabout. I was sorry I missed it. But there was another car show in Bothwell, and there was another car show down towards Windsor Way. So there's lots of car shows. I guess you can't be everywhere, right? Carl Freeman says, happy Monday, David. 73. 73 is back to you, Carl. Carl, a regular follower here. And yeah, so we had a nice trip out of town, and there was lots going on, but lots going on in downtown Sarnia with the Walkabout. And our friends from the Lady Luck Motorcycle Club here in Sarnia also showed up with some motorcycles and showing off their shiny pipes as well. Lady Luck Riders does a lot to support the community fundraisers, as do the Sarnia Street Cruisers, again, who were down there as part of the Walkabout on Sunday. There was an art crawl on the Saturday. Jennifer and I we got down there on the Friday, and we had a nice walk around. And actually, we got down in front of Bad Dog there, and there was a group of about 10 people sitting at a table that I knew. And then I finally looked over and I saw my friends Michael and Julie, who I have not seen in probably close to 20 years. I think they were coming back from out west, right? And now they're back here in Sarnia. So it was really great to get out and walk around. I saw my friend Andy and his wife. And then, yeah, so walking about is it's nice to get out and go for a walk. I guess why they call it a walkabout. There was lots of action going on lots of great music down there too. Refined Fool had on a reggae band. We caught a piece of that, and then we moved on. But it's still like, so when somebody says there's nothing to do in Sarnia, you got to go for a walk. That's all I can say. Jesse, how are you, Jesse? Jesse, you've got a new profile picture. Who are you holding there? Somebody's got a new baby in their arms right there. So, yeah, take a moment, everybody. Say hello in the comments. And if you want to find out more about what's happening here in Sarnia-Lambton, check out auntbluecoast.com. That's Tourism Sarnia-Lambton's website where there's tons of things listed there as to what's going on. And if you want to find out even more of what's happening that's being put on by the city anyway, you can go to the website that's on your screen there as well, calendar.sarnia.ca, and they've got a whole list of things that are happening with the summer concert series to things that are happening at the Strangway Centre. Hint, hint, we'll be talking about that coming up. Things are happening there, and Strangway Centre already getting ready for the fall. So yeah, again, lots happening in our community that you can check out, and things that you can be a part of as well. Mike Neely's going to be joining me at 4:00 here today, talking about the Strangway Centre. And don't let the name Strangway Centre fool you. We talk about how, that's we usually think of. Am I going to say this wrong? Older people, seniors, right? But it's for like ages 21 and up. We'll get into that in a little bit. Who else is out here? This is Grayson. Hello, Grayson. Becky and Spaz Sanford, new grandson. Oh, okay. Well, congratulations to them. Congratulations to them. So you got the pleasure of holding Grayson as well. That's cool. That's cool, right? And here I'm getting another message here. Everything always happens live, right? We'll get to the. I got to turn this off is what I need to do. There we go. Am I in do not disturb mode right now? Do you know how to turn your phone into do not disturb mode? I don't know. And weather certainly plays a part in what we do around out here. But, I see lots of people planning things anyway. We had Captain Kidd Days not too long ago. That was a great turnout and a great event. We had Blue Water Border Fest, revelry music, and then just all the other little things happening around not just Sarnia, but Lambton County, right? We had my friend Liz was on here not too long ago, a few weeks ago. It was last week, maybe. Yeah, it was last week she was here and talking about the Petrolia Discovery Foundation putting on an event that was supposed to happen this past Saturday. Unfortunately, and I don't know what the circumstances were, to be honest with you, but something happened that was beyond their control. So that event was postponed and will be rescheduled. So as soon as we know that the rescheduled date, then we'll let you know all about that, right? So, Sarnia is awesome, but just, think a little further beyond the fingertips around here too, right? Like we've got Petrolia, we've got Watford, we've got Wyoming. You know who gets forgotten a lot in all of this, quite honestly, is Grand Bend. Grand Bend. Grand Bend is a part of Lambton County. Did you know that? Danny, did you know that? Are you that smart? You might know that if you were part of my mailing list that you can join there by going to my website. And there's other things happening there as well. Be sure to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. See, here's the thing about I follow you on Facebook. Now you want me to follow you there. The reason I say that is because you'll see different things on different platforms, right? Like you'll see stuff on my Instagram you won't see on my Facebook or my YouTube, etc., like that, right? Yeah, Point Edward, right? Grand Bend, Forest. My wife Jennifer is from Forest, and there is always stuff going on out there too. So let me just check something here, make sure. I'm having some technical difficulties already, and that's not good. I don't like technical difficulties. How old is Grayson there, Jesse? How old is Grayson? Yeah. See if I can do this right now. See, I need a producer. Jesse, you want to be a producer? Let me do this here. Can I type and talk at the same time? Oh. Well, this could be fun. Okay. How old is Grayson? Oh, I got multitasking going on here. Try this again. Why is everything slow all of a sudden? Need a producer. Could you pull this off? Maybe Danny could. Maybe I could. Not a multitasker, clearly. Clearly not a multitasker. All right. Waiting for my next guest to arrive here. Where are we? Month and a half old. Wow. That's a very new Bambino. Very new Bambino. Grayson is a cool name as well, too. How's it? You're taking a truck driving course too, I think, Jesse, right? How's that going? Yeah. And Danny, you're back working at the cars, are you? Or you're in tomorrow night? Like you back at the what am I trying to say? The shutdown? The shutdown. Another thing that I've mentioned a while back, and I want to mention again because I think it's really cool. Is knowyourships.com. We see a lot of ships going by here. Just go under the Blue Water Bridge. And I purchased this. I don't even remember how much it was. It wasn't super expensive, but I got this beautiful, I guess, like a heavy hardcover book that talks about all ships. This is from 2021. And I believe they update it every year, but it's beautiful, very colorful. And it just tells you everything about every ship you can possibly imagine going by here. This is the part that I really enjoy, actually. And my dad used to get right into this quite a bit, was all the different stacks, right? What they mean, colors of the Great Lakes and the Seaway smoke, the stacks and flags. That's what it's called. Stacks and flags. And there's hundreds of them in here. Tells you where they're from and everything. So, I mean, anyway, this is just a really, really informative, very well put together book. And I forget the gentleman's name that puts it together. It was in here. There's even a shipwreck museum at Whitefish Point. Talks about the Edmund Fitzgerald exhibit and the ship's bells and I use this because of when I fly my drone, or when I was flying my drone, at least last year anyway. I'd fly over the ships and stuff, and that would help me to know. Now you can get that version, and then there's a binded version here as well. And I don't know, I just found it very interesting. I'm a bit of a history guy, right? That's why when we were away on the weekend, I really stopped, and there were some old cemeteries. You ever looked at them? Right. Who's liking us out there? Jesse did. Paul did. Thank you so much for that. And haven't started yet. I'm going through the second courage, which is now called Better Jobs. Oh, yeah. Okay. So when do you start? Because that's exciting. New career is always exciting. New career is always exciting. I wish it was more instant. Jesse, I should have you on the show. Just waiting on the government. Oh, boy. Well, isn't that always fun? Because they move really, really fast, don't they? They move really, really fast. Where did Danny go? Danny got silent all of a sudden. He left me. And I apologize. I'm just waiting for my first guest to get through here and join us. We're going to talk about the Sarnia-Lambton Economic Partnership. They've got, here, let me look this up, actually. They've got some grants that they want. They want to give away money. And they're it's a starter grant funding through the Starter Company Plus program. It's called the Sarnia-Lambton Economic Partnership. They're accepting applications up till September 16th until 4 p.m. Now, 6 grants of up to $5,000, 6 grants, so $30,000 total will be available through the program that's going to be administered by SLEP. And Chantelle, who I'm hoping can join us here, says, and this is coming from Blackburn News, but I wanted to have her here. The program's designed so that they can intake early, so they can spend time coaching the entrepreneurs and people who are looking to start their business. And I'm hoping that Chantelle will be able to get here and join and talk about that. But we're going to move on to my second guest already, because he's arrived and he's like, he's already going, oh crap, I'm not ready. And it's live. And he's like, what are you doing to me, David? Jesse, yep, just as fast as snail. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, thumbs up, Mike. Here we go. he's like, yeah, we'll wing it.
Hey, David, how are you?
I'm good. This is live, man, and it's like I think my first guest is having some trouble, so I'm glad he showed up.
Yeah,
because everybody's tired of me stalling. They're like, okay, Burrows, we get it. Move on.
Move on. Yeah.
Mike Neely here from Strangway Centre. I was just talking about you a little bit there as well. Like, there's so many great things happening at the Strangway Centre, but the one thing I did mention, Mike, that I think we should say every time is it's not just for the seniors.
That's correct, everybody. It is a center for 20 plus for adults. So, and we're a little excited because I know as we've come out of the pandemic a little bit since we've reopened, we've only had regular 8:30 to 4:30 hours. So people are always, well, if I'm 20 to 50, how am I supposed to get there? Well, we're pretty excited to announce that come this fall, we'll have some evening programs taking place. So they'll go a little later into the evening, 6, 7 o'clock, that sort of thing.
Yeah, well, that's really great. I'm hoping the photography is one of them.
The photography lessons, we're going to actually have a one-day workshop. That's about 4 hours at the new Canatera log cabin.
Oh, nice.
Yep. And then the actual course, which is like a 4 to 6 week, I think, program. It's on Fridays, I believe, or it starts around 3 p.m., David.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about some of this. Just dive right in about the fall that's coming up here.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, I know you've got a bunch of things you want to share, but let's start here.
Yeah, no, this is perfect. As you can see on the graphic there, we're looking to reintroduce a lot of new programs that, we had prior to the pandemic, on top of some brand new programs completely, like magic lessons that have never been done before. We're doing a few more woodworking courses that we're excited to have. And then, as you can see on the list, there's a lot of musical programs we're bringing back, like guitar lessons, jam session. We'll have all the languages like French, Spanish, and Italian. So, it's a pretty exciting time because this is the fullest slate of programs that we've had since the pandemic hit back in 2020. So, looking at my schedule, almost all the rooms are pretty well booked every day. So
that's fantastic.
Yeah, it's exciting times.
I went through this yesterday and then just refreshed my memory before the show, and I'm looking, wow, this is really cool. But there's a really cool one on there. Magic lessons. Yeah,
we're that's one that's completely brand new. I hope it takes off and gets some interest because I'd be really curious to go and check it out, see it down the hallway a couple times and see what's going on in there. So, really excited to see if that one gets any traction.
I would be excited to see. I mean, who doesn't like magic, right? I mean, everybody loves magic, and I think we'd all kind of like to just know a couple little sleight of hands, maybe, or something. You're at a local gathering, maybe you're a grandparent or something, and you like to entertain the grandkids a little bit, right?
Exactly, and that's what it's kind of all about. So it's just with your daily materials that you can find around your house, right? Like quarters, hair clips, different things like that. So it is very beginner like, but like you said, it's that stuff you could be at a family gathering and just whip out of this new trick and get everybody amazed,
impress,
right? Get the jaw strap.
Yeah,
exactly. So on that note, with all of the fall programming being online and available now, we also have our guides out that you can pick up here at the center. But registration date is August 31st for the fall programming.
Okay. All right. So, like, don't wait, because really that's sneaking up on us. Like, I was just thinking the other day about, like, wow, it's already like second week of August.
It's
How did
crazy.
that happen, right?
I have no clue, but it came quick, and yeah, August 31st. You can see everything online right now, guys. So you can check it out and see what we are going to be offering, but you can't register until August 31st.
Okay, and then how it starts on August 31st, but then how long is registration open till?
Well, the first slate of fall programs start September 12th.
Okay,
So they have a
so
couple week buffer. Yeah.
but don't wait, because I imagine these fill up pretty fast, and there's limited space for all of this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we have capacity limits, and there is select programs that are obviously more popular than others, and people get right on it as soon as August 31st comes around. Other programs, you might be able to wait a little bit longer, but yeah, I just recommend, getting on top of it, right? So
I'm really hoping I can do the fit the photography lessons into my schedule, because
okay.
like lots of people, quite honestly. So I came into a camera during the pandemic. I've used it a couple times. I shot it, and I'm like, okay, I know the light's supposed to be behind me, but other than that,
Yeah.
like, how do I shoot when there's light in front of me? And I'm sure
Right.
there's lots of neat little things that you can pick up, and talk about the cost to these things.
Yeah, I mean, we like to think that they're all at a fair cost. Obviously, the photography lessons, for example, is about, let's see, $99, but that gets you 6 weeks of an hour-long program, right? So, and
Wow.
she's going to go right into detail, like you said, about the lighting and the composition, how to understand your camera better. She'll even have you bring your own manual with you,
Oh, wow.
and that sort of thing. So she's very detailed and knows a lot about it.
Who's that?
Her name, let me just find it, is Lori Williams.
Oh, yeah, fantastic choice there.
Yeah.
Right? She's well-known photographer in the area,
Yep.
and that's great. So, and I'm assuming from that all the people teaching these courses are local and experts in their field.
Correct. Yep, exactly. And, so for example, like the intermediate yoga for like a 5-week long program, just for example, it'll be around $50. If you have the membership, it would be reduced to about $40 for that type of example.
Super affordable. Super
Yeah, exactly. Right. So we have all of our drop-in programs that are still going on. Right. So those are the non-instructor led programs where we have the tokens. If you're a member, it's $275. If you're a non-member, it's $575. So those are like our card games, board games, pickleball, drop-in pickleball here at the center.
Okay.
That sort of thing.
We're going to talk a little bit more about pickleball too coming up in a little bit here.
Yeah,
but
sure.
I have a question I always like to ask, and I got a no last time. I'm hoping it's a yes this time. What about the cafe? Is it open yet?
It is not. Still, yeah, we get the question all the time, and rightfully so, right? So I know it was, a lot of people came for that reason solely,
Yeah.
but also people either came early or stayed after their program. So it will open. I just don't have a timeline on when that will be.
You obviously know the importance of that if you're getting questions every day
Yes.
about that.
Yeah.
It was very I remember going in one time, and I went in after a show. Actually, I was in suit and tie, and they were all looking at me like, "Who's this guy? What's he doing here?" But it wasn't long. It was 30 seconds, and everybody was very welcoming, and it was like sit at our table, and I had 10 new friends in about 10 minutes, and it was really very welcoming room, and very affordable. You know, who doesn't like a good soup and sandwich, right?
Yeah, and exactly. And that's what we need, with what's going on in the world today, is that affordability and the social aspect that people missed for quite some time there over the past few years. So yeah, we're it's high on the priority list for sure.
And I imagine, going into, talking about, all these different programs that you're putting on, like you don't just wake up and say, well, let's do this and let's do that. Like you're really taking feedback from the people that use the Strangway Centre.
Exactly. Every day. I mean, today we had a few people show up for euchre. It wasn't enough to get a game going, but I had a running list here right now of people who have mentioned that they're interested in something like that. So I'm trying to get them all connected and make sure that they can arrive on the same dates and times and get that program running. Another one is art programs. I had a lot of people in March, around March, kind of, mention, when are you going to have this, or are you going to do any more art programs, and what are they going to be? So kind of just rekindles the discussions. Sometimes you got to find a new instructor, or if the one that you previously had before the pandemic is available, then you kind of coordinate that as well. But yeah, feedback is huge. And that's kind of ties into the Germain Park master plan that we have on the go right now. And how there's a survey out that we would like feedback from anybody and everybody on. They can find that survey on speakupsarnia.ca, or they can pick up a physical copy here at the Strangway Community Centre. And that is in regards to the Germain Park master plan.
Okay, and let's talk about speakupsarnia.ca, which I know the city uses a lot to, and folks, listen up, speak up. This is, I hear people saying, oh, nobody listens. Well, here's your opportunity to be heard, and as a community member to give your feedback at speakupsarnia.ca.
Yep.
Can you go a little detail more about the Germain master plan? What is that?
They're basically right now just trying to identify priorities and park revitalization ideas for new amenities, upgrades on current amenities that are there. Just kind of pull this whole vision together for the entire park, which does include Strangway as well. So the questions in there pertain to the soccer fields, the baseball diamonds, the washrooms, the dog park. But on top of that, there's questions in there about Strangway as well too. So just trying to pull the vision together and identify what people think are their priorities and what they'd like to see happen at the park.
Yeah. And there's a lot of positive things happening there in that park. And I feel like it gets missed sometimes, Mike, because it's a little further back in from the road. It's not something we visually, out of sight, out of mind sometimes, right?
Yeah.
But there are a lot of people using that park. Lawn bowling still exists there, I believe.
Lawn bowling still exists. There's the, the unique trees that they have there, the Japanese garden, the city garden plots are there as well too. They're looking to revitalize the trails and that sort of thing, as they know they're a little bit bumpy here and there. So that's all part of it. So
and shout out to the city parks folks, because and I just had a conversation I overheard the other day that somebody said, wow, the flowers and everything are looking so beautiful this year.
Yeah.
And when you walk by somebody working on those gardens, make sure you tell them thank you, because I know some of those folks on the staff, and they really put their heart and passion into making sure everything comes out the way it should, looking pretty, right?
Yeah, no, they really do put a lot of effort into it, and like you said, kudos to them, because we've had some extremely hot days this summer, and to do what they do through that weather, that's quite impressive. Yeah,
right on. Okay, folks, go to speakupsarnia.ca to give your feedback. And Mike, we're going to let you take full advantage of the time here today, buddy.
Okay.
Facts and Chat series. This is another thing that's coming up. What a great list of topics going on here.
And like we were talking before about affordable and social parts of our community, these Facts and Chat series are free informational sessions. And so what they are is we basically have partnered with outside agencies or organizations like RBC Dominion or Rapids Family Health Team, or the Alzheimer's Society of Sarnia-Lambton, and so on and so forth. And so what they do is we partner, and they'll have a presenter come in. These are scheduled for Wednesdays from 10 a.m. to 11. So as you can see on September 21st, Alzheimer's Society will come in and have a presenter discuss understanding dementia.
Mm-hmm.
The October 12th one, Let's Talk Plastic. That's a new organization called Economy. They're just breaking out right now. And obviously they talk about the environmental impacts of plastic and that sort of thing. So moving on down, November 2nd, Rapids Family Health Team will have a presenter come in and talk about falls prevention. And it's pretty good timing. November 2nd, the snow is about to start to fly. So that's a pretty big one as well. So I do want to know.
These are really important topics, and I think it's notable to say that some of these topics might be something we take for granted until it really affects us. Like I'm partial to the Alzheimer's Society. My father had dementia, and they were a great supporter, not just for the the person suffering, but for the families as well,
Yes,
right? So
exactly.
this is great for the family members to or the caregivers to attend as well.
That's bang on. You couldn't have said it any better. Like, for example, November 23rd is even a little bit more specific to the caregivers, like as it says, dementia care, helping friends and family. So, yeah, you nailed it on the head there. And the other thing I'll just note about Facts and Chat is that we do require pre-registration, despite it being free.
Okay.
We just wouldn't want to have our presenter come in and not have anybody signed up for it, right? So we wouldn't want to waste their time. So we'd rather know and give them a heads up. Hey, we have 15 guests coming to your presentation on October 12th, or something like
or
that.
200 people,
or 200. Yeah, we'll jam you in. Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
An interesting one that I saw there as I was looking at it earlier was investing 101, and then investing for income. That's got to be a hot topic.
Yeah, and that one's with RBC Dominion. So I personally couldn't tell you too much about what the differences are. It looks like Investing 101 is more so in regards to saving for retirement.
Right.
Presented by Donald Hagsma. And then we have Investing for Income one. Yeah, income-oriented investors need their investments to work harder more than ever. We'll explore the challenges of investing for income in the current environment and talk about strategies to generate tax-efficient income. So
yeah, lots of great topics, and then of course everybody can go to the city website right there and learn more about Strangway Centre, and that's where people can register as well.
You betcha. Yeah, that's where they can see anything that pertains to Strangway.
Right on. Okay, pickleball. Let's talk about that, because I think this was something that was supposed to happen before, but the P word showed up and canceled that.
Yeah, the P word, the pandemic came into play back in 2020 and shut this down. So this is the Sarnia Pickleball Cup that I'm talking about, and it is, let's see, it is run by who is it? I think it's just, that's just what they call it. Yeah, but regardless, this was set to happen in 2020 and it got shut down. So that's why it's so a little bit late notice in terms of it's set to start September 2nd to 4th, is because they just decided, okay, restrictions have lifted. Let's give this a chance. So the Sarnia Pickleball Cup is set to take place September 2nd to 4th. It is the Canadian Pickleball Series. That is the organization I was looking for. I couldn't put it together there. But City of Sarnia is fairly hands-off with this. We do have the registration link. If anybody wants to reach out and get more information on that, I can provide that. But if you're looking for questions more so in regards to like the court setup or the height of the net or what level you are, because I guess people can get, graded on what level of play they are. The City of Sarnia, we don't really have any answers for those types of things. But if you are looking to sign up and get a team together or sign up as an individual, I have the link available, or you can just Google Sarnia Pickleball Cup and that'll take you right to it.
Perfect. And where's this going to be happening?
This will be mainly held out of the Blackwell Pickleball Hub.
Okay.
I believe they will also be using Germain as overflow, and I think Linden as well.
Yeah. Pickleball really, like when I first heard of it, I was like, what? It's really grown. Like it's a really popular sport for all ages, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't know if it still is, but at one point in time, it was the fastest growing sport in North America.
Wow.
And I can tell you that I can see that for sure, because we offer pickleball lessons here at the center. And even all throughout the summer, which usually is a little bit of a downtime here, like every single program lessons that I've offered has filled up. And we already had more people come in today looking forward to the fall pickleball lessons.
Wow.
So it's growing quickly. It has its similarities to tennis, and it's just still a very good way to get active and have some good competitive fun out there.
Yeah. Well, certainly lots to do in Sarnia, right?
Yeah.
If you can get off your couch, folks, just head on down to the Strangway Centre, ages 20 plus. We'd like to keep reminding everybody of that. and all these lessons coming up. I'm serious. I'm hoping I can get into the photography lessons, so I
Awesome.
know what I'm doing with my camera a little more
Yeah.
than I do right now. And I might take some magic lessons too. Maybe
There
I'll
you
start
go.
a new career.
Well, hopefully it does work out for your schedule, and we'll get to see you around the center a little bit more. But yeah, everybody's welcome. We try and really offer a wide variety of programs to hit everybody's interests, and like we talked about earlier, always welcome the feedback and input on what people like to have, and yeah, go ahead and give your input on the Germain Park Master Plan too, everybody. So.
And my feedback for the day is get the cafe back.
Yeah. Okay. Well, duly noted.
Mike, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I know you got a busy schedule, but I appreciate you reaching out, and we'll be sure to share all this on the Facebook page as well. So keep doing what you and the team down at the Strangway Centre do to keep everybody active and involved, and learning some new stuff. Like I love learning, so it's great to have that stuff down there. Mike, thank you so much, my friend.
Perfect, David. Thanks for having me on, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Right on. Mike Neely from the Strangway Centre. Always got positive, fun things to share. Like magic lessons. Who would have thought that you could go out and take magic lessons? So I'm hoping that I can take that the same time as the photography, or the same time. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But you can find out more about what's happening down at the Strangway Centre. Just go to the website there on your screen and check out the Facts and Chat series as well. Like Mike said, although it is free, they do need you to pre-register. And registration for the fall programs begins coming up August the 21st, I think it was. Let's double check. Don't get it wrong, David. There we go. August 31st. And you want to get signed up for those right away because they fill up really, really fast. Thank you so much, Mike. I apologize. My other guest, not sure what happened there, miscommunication or technical stuff. I'm not sure. So we'll try to have them back another time. But thanks as always to all of you for always showing up. And one more time, don't forget, motorcycles are still on the road. So drive aware and ride aware because, well, you know, we all want to be safe out there. And motorcyclists, we got to be smart and safe out there as well. Again, always thanks to my supporters, which includes all of you for watching me here today. And until next time, that's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. I'll see you next time right here on the show. Bye-bye for now.